Hey everyone, your girl Tali from Tali's Hair and Eye Candy Makeup Store. And this video is extra special because it's sponsored by Black Opal NASSAU Bahamas. In this video, I'm using more than 90% of Black Opal products. Let's jump right on in. I'm starting with the Soft Velvet Finishing Powder by Black Opal. And I'm using this as a mattifying powder. In fact, it works as an awesome mattifying primer. Something that you can use if you're looking for a very light finish. You don't want something to excessively clog your pores. It's amazing. I love this technique. Actually kind of grabbed it from Jackie Aina. Saw her using it and loved it. And so I've been using it every now and then on some of my clients. So by applying this finishing powder at the beginning of our makeup, it helps to make sure that once we're done with our makeup, that our makeup is nice and soft and it's matte and really helps to keep the oils at bay. I say try this technique, see if you like it, and give me some feedback on it. I'm really loving this whole finish. Even if you're one that don't want to wear foundation and powder, but you just want a nice light finish, this works excellently. I'm going to just move right on in and finish off my eyebrows, lightly feathering them in using a pencil. This pencil I'm using is not from Black Opal, and they do have a pencil, Black Bean, that works very well. And unfortunately, I was unable to get the product in time, but I will definitely show you the Black Bean, how it looks, how it works, and how you can use it to fill in your eyebrows. So you want to get our brows in nice and natural, nicely filled in. Once you have them nicely and professionally arched, you should be good to go. Okay, make sure they're balanced. Even though these brows are cousins and not sisters. Yes, they don't have to be exactly alike, but you want them to look even enough so that you don't look weird. We're going to move right on to concealing our brows. I love to do this to my eyebrows just to make sure that the brows look nice and sharp and they stand out, but they don't stand out too much. So I'm using the Concealing Foundation in Heavenly Honey and Nutmeg, and I'm actually using both of them. I go in with the Heavenly Honey in the arch and over the ball of my eye, because I'm also using this Concealing Foundation as an eyeshadow base. I mix a little bit of Nutmeg Concealing Foundation in there just to make sure that it isn't excessively bright. If you want to, another tip, you can just use your foundation if you're looking for a very natural finish underneath your eyebrows. In this case, I would use the Eau Chocolate. In fact, I think I used a little bit of the Eau Chocolate in here just to make sure that my highlight underneath my brows is nice and natural. Once we cover our entire eyelids with our eyeshadow base in the form of our Concealing Foundation, we'll move in with these two eyeshadows, Smokey Siren and Idyllic Desire. Off camera, I did one of the eyes, and I'm just going to get started with the next eye. In fact, I actually use my Raisin Crush lipstick that you're going to see me use later on in this video. I use that as a base in the crease and outer corner of my eyes to give this nice plum purplish kind of undertone to my eyeshadows. So as I blend that in and up and more toward the inner part of my eyes, I make sure that it's nice and even and the color is nice and vibrant. Using like a medium-sized eyeshadow brush just to blend that in into the eyes. Once I get that Raisin Crush in there, I liked it too because I realized that after a while, just like it would on your lip dry, it dried to a nice matte finish, which is pretty good. Right here, I'm just adding a little more of that Raisin Crush. And it's just like using a cream eyeshadow over your eyes. So I'm using my Idyllic Desire just to blend away the top parts of that eyeshadow. Well, in this case, my Raisin Crush. Blending off the inner corners just on the eyelid. And it's okay to be back and forth as you work to make sure that's nice and blended. I don't know what I'm looking for right there. But what I'm doing right now, I'm going in there with that dark Smokey Siren just to darken the outer portion of my eyes. And I like to do this technique or apply this technique to my eyes because my eyes are kind of puffy. And by applying a darker, smoky eyeshadow over the puffiness of my eyes, it really helps to throw it back. So that's a little makeup trick. And if you have puffy eyes or hooded eyes, applying a smoky or nice dark shadow will really help to throw that puffiness or that flap of skin back. Now over my lids, I'm using the Illuminating Powder, which is actually for the face. I'm using that over my lid for a nice golden glow on the lid. Now blending with that Idyllic Desire just to make sure I have a nice smooth transition from one shadow to the next. And then of course, making sure that it's both blended and balanced on both eyes. My liquid liner is applied and we're going to move on to our foundation. So we are applying our foundation, and this is the Pore Perfecting Foundation that I so love, and I use it all the time when applying my makeup. And I'm using a small to medium size brush to just make sure that this foundation touches every area of my face. And I take my time with this and make sure I touch my forehead, my chin, my cheeks, my nose, etc. And then I go in with my blending sponge. Love, love, love working with my blending sponge, because now what I'm going to do is just blend this foundation into my skin just to make sure that I have an even coverage, that I have a full coverage over the entire face, that the full face is one shade, and that I have a good amount of foundation on there as a base to receive my concealer, and also enough there for me to work with my powder. And I take my time with this, making sure that I have every square inch of my face covered. My forehead, underneath my eyes, the top of my lips, under my lips, even some of it on my lips, on my ears, down my neck, in my hairline. And you want to really make sure, be very critical to make sure that no skin or uneven tones are peeping through your foundation. This step is critical, and I know a lot of women, they talk about not being able to find the right foundation from Black Opal. It's too oily. And I must say, the thing is with Black Opal, they have so many foundations to choose from, and also a lot of shades. First off, they're pore perfecting. They have their cream to powder foundation, a mineralized finish foundation, and these foundations are all good, including the sticks. The sticks are very popular. The downside is that a lot of people go in with the stick because they get the coverage they want, and then they say they're oily. You must know the foundation that's best for you. And we're moving on to our highlight. And with our highlight, I'm using the Nutmeg and the Heavenly Honey. I love this Black Opal foundation and their concealers because the price points are amazing. And you're not going to break the bank trying to maintain and keep up with your makeup routine because of the affordability of these products. So I'm applying my highlight in those areas that I really want to pull out now from my foundation that has my face looking just one tone. I'm going to bring back the natural highs of my face using that highlighting the concealer from Black Opal, and I'm blending that now with my sponge. If you feel as if your highlight is too light, you can always go back in with your foundation just to warm that up a bit if it's too much for you. But you want to incorporate this step into your makeup routine because it really does make your face look more natural. It doesn't make it look flat. And it really brings back dimension to your face. And you don't have to highlight these areas, all of these areas. You find those areas that's best for you. These areas, though, are the most popular, like top of the cheeks, top of the nose, the forehead, and the chin area. And you really want to pay special attention to those particular areas of interest. Now we're going to go in with this black walnut, and we're going to contour our face. Again, bringing the dimension back to the face. Down the nose. Because I have a very bulbous nose, I love to contour my nose, my cheek. Even though my face is very narrow, I still like to add that contour down the side of the cheek, over the forehead. And if you have a more flared chin area, you can put this along the chin. And now we're going to blend our contour using our blending sponge. Or if you have a very dense, medium-sized foundation brush, like a buffer brush, that will work just as good. But using the blending sponge, you want to make sure that that foundation is seamless and is not patchy looking. And there we go, our reminders. Please subscribe, like, share this video if you haven't already done so. And also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a video. And I'm really trying to do more of these videos. So I just blended all that stuff away, and I used two of my most favorite products in the whole wide world from Black Opal. That's the Invisible Blocking Powder and the Soft Velvet Finishing Powder in the shade Medium to set my highlight under my eyes, forehead, over my nose, over the lip. And now I'm going to go in with the Ultra Matte Powder, and I'm just going to set all of this, going over my cheeks, my face, my forehead, and those areas where I have my concealer, the areas where I have my contour. And I'm just going to soften all of that and set it in place. Number one rule of makeup, anything that's cream must be set with a powder. And that's what I'm going to achieve with this step. I think I really like my contour. That black walnut did an amazing job. And I did an amazing job blending it. So I'm just setting it, pushing that powder into the skin. The idea behind applying your powder while I'm tapping and not just buffing is because you really want to block your pore. It sounds scary, but you want to block that pore to really keep that oil production and any sweat production at a minimum. And once you're happy with your powder, I'm just so loving this. This powder is amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Look cute, girl. And then, even though I didn't think we really needed to, I still wanted to go in and make sure that my I didn't lose too much of my contour. And I'm going in with the deep powder from Black Opal just to pull up some of that contour. But if you were happy, because I'm pretty happy with the contour, I mean, you can still see my contour nice and soft, even though we've already applied our powder. And because we're going to be taking photos, we don't want that to be lost when our photos are taken, but keeping it still very soft and light to the touch. So we blend, blend, blend. And we're going to work on this nose now. We're going to just sculpt this nose into place. Going right alongside our highlight with this deep powder from Black Opal. I like to take that into my eyeshadow, into my eyebrows, just to make all of that nice and seamless. Creating a nice shadow underneath the nose. And you really want to make sure this is nicely blended. You don't want to see lines and harsh shadows onto the face. You want it to look as natural as possible when you step out into the sunlight. To do this, if you feel as if the powder is too heavy, you can go in with your face powder, the medium dark powder that I would have used, and go over the entire face. Now we're going to add our illuminating powder. This has become so popular over the last couple of years. Applying a highlighting powder over the cheeks as opposed to a blush. And still feel free to add your blush if you want to add a blush there onto your cheeks. But an illuminating powder, a highlighting powder, is a very trendy way to apply your makeup nowadays. And I like it because it's nice and light and fresh. And this glow from Black Opal, guys, you did an amazing job with this glow. This glow works. It sure works. And you want to make sure that, again, no lines in your highlight. And the way to achieve this is by buffing and pulling that powder up and out to the hairline, out to the nose, downward to the jawline, out to the nose. And we're going to apply a mascara. Of course, I'm going to be wearing lashes, but I just want you to see the mascara from Black Opal. I like the wand, the spoolie. It has a nice curve to it, so it can hug your lashes and pull up and give you the extension and the lengthening that you would need for your lashes. Yes. So if you're one that goes without lashes, falsies, just wearing the mascara by itself absolutely works. And now for our lip, hey, we are rocking Raisin Crush. And I have to apologize for this part of the video. I think you don't see like how I apply the top part of my lip. But I'm applying this color, Black Opal. This is so beautiful. And it's a beautiful color now, especially as we get into the Christmas season. It's a nice fall tone, fall color that you can wear. And unfortunately, you don't see me apply that on top of my lip. I don't use a liner because I like the fact that this matte lippy dries down so solid from Black Opal. It's amazing. So you must use a steady hand just to make sure you get the lines of the lips absolutely perfect. If you go outside of the line of your lip, then you can use your concealer along with a little bit of your foundation just to clean up the edges of your foundation. So last touches, guys, before the big reveal. My 25mm lashes are on. I also pop on some baby lashes to the bottom. And I'm doing some last finishing, adding some more finishing powder, that medium powder, under my eyes, around the nose, because that's the area that I tend to get oily the quickest. And there you have it. I love the look. I love the look. So I use like everything Black Opal. The only thing I didn't use from Black Opal is on my eyebrows and my liquid liner. But everything is Black Opal. And I love the final look, guys. Tell me how you feel about this look. Do I rock or do I rock? I say give the products a try from Black Opal, the foundations especially, because you need a really good foundation that is natural looking. As you can see, it blends well into my skin, nice with photos, wears very well. I wear my Black Opal all day with minimal oiling after hours, and the oil blocking comes as a compact as well, so you can travel with it if you need to. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to this video. Love, 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 love. And so thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, share this video, and can't wait to see you guys again.